Hey, you there, Travis? You should still be at the office about now, right? I have some work I want you to finish up by today. I put all the data into the cloud file. Start on it as soon as you're back at your desk. You got that?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson. But to be honest, it's kind of hard for me to accept that assignment, sir. I'm already set to head straight home today. I mentioned it yesterday about not being able to work late today.
Are you serious? You already finished work? Well, that's all out the window. Sorry, work comes before play. Just get it done, Travis. Got that? What's more important to you? Your career? Or some video games waiting for you at home? Get to work! The work I just assigned you involves the president's meeting set for tomorrow morning. If you don't get this done, it will certainly affect your career.
Wasn't that the presentation documents that the section chief assigned to you? I was there during the meeting. Don't you remember?
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to say that both me and the chief have already left for the day. So that leaves you to take care of things.
Really? Can't you get someone else?
Like I said, this is material that's needed for the president's meeting tomorrow morning. I don't have to tell you how important that meeting is now, do I? Besides, there's nobody left at the office now. Except you, of course. If you don't get this done by tonight, and I'm telling you, Travis, your future is sure going to look bleak as hell.
I don't know how much longer I can bear this. Do you realize that I've been working overtime until midnight for the last 2 months? There were even days I ended up working all night and continued throughout the next day.
Yeah? So what? Everyone does overtime on occasion. You're not the only one.
It's just that I've really reached my limit. I don't know how much longer I can continue.
Come on, Travis. You're not a kid anymore. What's with the victim mentality? You work for this company, and we pay you a salary, for God's sake. Stop whining and get to work, would ya? The longer you wait, the longer you won't be able to go home.
Yes, Mr. Johnson. I'll get on it right away.
Hey, Travis. I know you're working overtime again tonight, but I had to talk to you.
Oh, hey, Sandy. Yeah, can you believe it?
Is your boss forcing work on you again? You keep this up and you'll get burned out sooner or later. This can't last.
Yeah, well, I just can't seem to get out of it.
This whole mess, it's all completely my fault, right? I'm really sorry. It really was not my intention.
What are you saying? This is not your fault, Sandy. It was all Mr. Johnson and that section chief, Mr. Blaine's fault. They should never have hit on you like that.
Yeah, well, I suppose so, but you reported them to HR, and after a while, the top brass reprimanded them for how they were treating their staff members. Not really naming you specifically, but they knew, of course. Well, long story short, I was forced to resign. Isn't this whole mess making you work late hours payback for, as they would probably put it, snitching on them, right? I know you tried putting in a request for transfer to another department and even another branch office, but there's no guarantee when that will happen.
I'm really sorry I got you into this mess, Sandy.
Please, Travis, don't worry about me. I'm fine. It's you I'm worried about. Just don't push yourself too hard. I don't want you overdoing things. Just so you know, I'm working too, and you can just quit and find a new job. You've got plenty of potential. My dad was really worried too. Hey, Travis, you okay? Have we been cut off or something? Are you seeing this text? What's up? Are you there? Did something come up? Are you back working? Travis, answer me!
Hey, Travis, you seeing this? I heard you were taken to the hospital. What the hell are you doing? You just dumped that work I assigned you. Those documents for the president's meeting today. Are you out of your mind? You really think this kind of scare tactic is going to change anything? I mean, calling an ambulance while working overtime. Trying to highlight your ill treatment or something? Well, it isn't gonna work, buddy. According to the doctor, they say it's exhaustion. More like weakness, if you ask me. How can you become exhausted just for working a few nights of overtime? Stop your belly aching, Travis. You're such a fuss spot. Get a good night's sleep, and you'll be fine, for God's sake. It's my job as your immediate superior to discipline irresponsible employees like you. Show you how things are done around here. I'll stop by the hospital tomorrow morning with your laptop. If you don't want to get fired, I suggest you get to work, buddy.
Hello, Mr. Johnston. It's been quite some time, hasn't it?
Hasn't been long at all. Something wrong up there? You in the psych ward or something? We just talked at the office yesterday.
This is Sandy, Travis's wife. You remember me, right?
Say again? Sandy?
Yes, I don't know your line address, so I'm replying to you on my husband's phone. I hope you don't mind.
Sandy, I didn't expect to hear from you. You took me a bit off guard there. I didn't realize you were so impatient to talk to me. I don't blame you. So, I guess you thought it over and came to the conclusion that I was the better option, huh? Kinda late for that, but still. Aren't you a little worried of leaving a record of our intimate conversation on your husband's phone? Not worried of the consequence, huh? Which means...
Would you stop forcing my husband to work every night?
Huh? What are you talking about? I'm not forcing anybody to do anything.
That ambulance? That was all my doing. I called them last night.
You called them? Why'd you go and do that?
I was conversing with him through line last night when it suddenly went dead. I couldn't get a response from him after that. I was extremely worried. I called security and asked them to check out his office on the 3rd floor where he was working late last night. After some time, they made the rounds and a security guard found my husband on the floor, passed out cold.
Wait a sec. I was not aware of that. This is not my fault, you got that? Don't blame this on me. The only reason he was working late is because he's slow. He's always taking a break and wasting precious time. He's got to work overtime. It's his own damn fault.
Do you really expect me to believe you and Mr. Blaine? The two guys who were joking about sharing me? How can I trust what you guys say?
You're not blabbing about this nonsense to other people at the office, are you? We don't need groundless rumors spreading.
I've refrained from expressing my true opinion regarding how you've treated us, but this has gone far enough. I know this is all about giving you the brush off. You're just getting back at me, aren't you?
Excuse me? How could you say that to your boss?
You're not my boss anymore. You're twice as old as my husband and I. Don't you think it's a little cringeworthy for a middle-aged guy to be salivating after a young woman, a former staff member?
You little ungrateful sneak! All I was trying to do was make office life easier for you, so you can do your job. To take you under my wing and teach you the ropes. That's all.
Really? That was your intention? You seemed like you wanted more than that. That's why I refused. What was so wrong about that? I did my job properly and on time. There was nothing to fault me for.
You think you're going to get away from insulting me like that, you spoiled brat?
I've talked to my husband already. I'm recommending that he resign.
What? Are you serious?
Goodbye, Mr. Johnston.
You really have nerve. You know that? You're just going to convince the guy that you rely on to live day and day to just up and quit, huh? Yeah, right. You do that, and you guys will be left homeless and penniless in no time. Good luck with that. You really screwed up, Sandy. I thought you were a bit attractive, and I thought I would give you a chance. But you decided to throw it all down the drain. I can't figure you out, but do as you like. I don't give a damn.
Good morning, Sandy. Are you up? I just took a look at my smartphone. I didn't check it since 2 days ago. I see you had a little conversation with Mr. Johnson. Didn't go all that amicably, it seems.
Yeah, right. Not a real friendly conversation, I suppose. I saw your phone on the bedside table and I was going to turn it off. Then I saw all those message notices on there that I just had to see what it was about. Could have been an emergency. Well, it was all Mr. Johnston. He was trash-talking you as usual. And after reading it, I just couldn't take it any longer. I just blew a fuse and just let my feelings out. I'm sorry.
Don't be. When it comes to my well-being, you always tend to blow a fuse.
I'm really sorry, Travis. I really shouldn't have gone off on him like that. Without first talking it over with you, but I just can't stand that guy.
Don't worry about it. No problem. Actually, I'm thankful for what you did.
Huh? You're okay with it?
He was here earlier. He stopped by to drop off his laptop.
Why'd he do that?
He said I had a lot of time on my hands while I'm here, so he told me to get to work on some urgent documents.
Wait, what? Are you serious? He was there this morning?
Relax, Sandy.
How can you be so calm, Travis? You're recuperating from exhaustion, for God's sake. And he's making you work? That guy needs a little more talking to.
Yeah, right. But all the same, relax. Because you told him off, he made the mistake of handing me some helpful materials for my payback plans.
Huh? What's the laptop got to do with your paycheck plans?
You'll find out soon enough. I know this is all hard on you. But give me a bit more time, would you?
Yeah, okay. If you say so, Travis. I'll leave it to you. But just don't do anything rash. You got that?
Yeah, I know. Thanks, Sandy.
Hey, Travis, are you still faking that exhaustion charade? About that assignment I asked you to finish up. I thought I told you to complete that by morning. I was expecting it to be uploaded to the cloud file, but it's nowhere in sight. What's going on, buddy? I'm having a meeting in an hour. I need those files. Do your job, for Christ's sake.
Good morning, Mr. Johnson.
I went all the way to the hospital to drop off my laptop, and this is the thanks I get? You lazy bum!
I'm sure you noticed, but I'm lying in a hospital bed right now.
Yeah, I can see that. But all you're doing is sleeping. You can move those fingers and tap away at that keyboard, can't you? I had the forethought to take that laptop to you so you can get your work done and save your job. Can't you see that, for crying out loud?
I'm very sorry about this, Mr. Johnson. I know you need those files, but I was ordered not to work and to get adequate rest while I'm here.
Excuse me? Am I hearing you right?
I'll give your laptop back to you later, okay? You better have someone else work on those documents.
What the hell are you even talking about? I never gave you such orders, and Mr. Bain didn't either. Oh, I get it. Doctor's orders, huh? The doctor ordered you to take it easy and not work, is that it?
Yes, as you say, the doctor did say that, but...
These doctors, they always exaggerate these things. You know that. Just ignore the guy, would you?
Yeah, but this is a request from the company. And I can't very well ignore a request from the company now, can I? Or do you want me to just disregard company policy?
Like I said, I never gave such an order. Are you deaf now?
This is a request directly from the president of the company.
Hold it a sec. What did you just say? The president? The head of this company?
That's right. The president, CEO of the company. He contacted me directly and ordered me to rest and not work.
Why in God's name would he do that? Why are you even connected to him? You're just a lowly staff member. Why would he even be aware of your presence?
It was that laptop you brought me. Yours, wasn't it?
Excuse me? The laptop I brought you? I have no idea what you're getting at, buddy.
I'm sure you know, but about 10 days ago, the company set up a special online hotline that allows staff members to add comments directly to the president of the company.
Don't tell me you went ahead and...
Yep, that's right. I put in a comment. That laptop you brought me was already registered to the hotline, so all I did was include my name, employee ID number, and my comment.
Darn it! I thought I put a lock on that site.
Back when the special online hotline was established, I was pretty out of it. Working every night till quite late, I wasn't really in the frame of mind to be checking the details of the site. I had no idea that you could converse directly with the company president about whatever topic seemed important, whether it be grievances about the kind of coffee in the staff lounge to unfair work environments. But once I was able to recuperate in the hospital, and as you say, have a lot of time on my hands, I was able to think straight and check the details of the hotline, thanks to you. One thing led to another, and I was able to contact the president directly.
Are you friggin' serious?
As this is the case, I have decided to resign from the company.
What? You're quitting?
Yes, I sent my resignation letter directly to the president himself.
Wait, you sent your resignation directly to the company president?
Yes, that's right. He discouraged me from resigning, but I had already made up my mind.
So, why the hell do you have to resign?
My uncle owns a small company, and he offered me a job there, and I decided to accept. I decided on resigning and taking this new job, mostly because my wife urged me to do so, and the new job seemed a lot more interesting.
Interesting? So this job you got now, it's not very interesting to you, huh?
No, it's not. I gradually lost interest in the job. There was zero motivation or any sense of purpose in the work I was doing.
So that's how you felt about this job? Are you making fun of our work here?
No, not at all. It's just the motivating factor of the job, that's all. First, the senior management I'm supposed to respect and learn from try to seduce my wife. Then I try to help my wife by reporting it, and you guys enact revenge by making me work overtime day in and day out. Until I ended up in the hospital. Let me ask you this. Would you want to work in a company like that? I'm pretty sure I know what the answer would be.
That all depends on you. It depends on if you have the guts and perseverance to make it through the rigorous demand of being a marketing manager. Clearly, you don't have what it takes.
Well, if that's the case, show the other staff members that you have what it takes as an example to others. Do your own work for a change, instead of just talking and giving orders. I urge you to put the work in yourself. Until you do that, none of your staff will ever respect you.
Shut your damn little trap, you little smart mouth! How can you talk to me like that?
As for me, I'm going to use up all my remaining paid holidays I wasn't able to use and resign. I think I'll rest up a bit before starting my new job. Oh yeah, almost forgot. I just talked to my lawyer. I'm planning to demand compensation from both you and the chief manager, Mr. Bain. So expect a letter from him in the near future.
Compensation? Are you serious?
Very serious. Like I said, my lawyer will contact you from now on, so I probably won't be seeing you again.
Hold it a second, Travis. You can't do this!
I can, and I will. Talk to my lawyer. It's been a pleasure working for you, Mr. Johnson. Goodbye. Well, after that conversation, Mr. Johnson and the chief manager came barging into the hospital demanding to see me, but were chased off by the staff. They made such a racket that the hospital even threatened to call the police. As they were leaving, Mr. Johnson shouted towards my room,
"The president can shove it!"
or something to that effect. But as luck will have it, the president himself was visiting me right at that time and heard the whole thing. He was furious and rushed out to confront them in the hallway. Sandy was there too, and she said those two guys were as white as a sheet. They were practically on their hands and knees apologizing. The president was so angry, he later closed that sales office for good. The other staff members were transferred to other branches, but Mr. Johnson and Mr. Bain were both fired. They tried to get another job elsewhere, but since the president had a lot of connections and pull in the industry, their efforts failed miserably. I heard Mr. Johnson is currently unemployed, but still has considerable debt hanging over his head thanks to me. I later heard he was married but got divorced shortly after this incident. Apparently, he's working various part-time jobs now to make ends meet. Not sure what happened to Mr. Bain. He paid the compensation and just up and disappeared. As for me, I'll be starting that new job next month. So until then, I'm taking it easy. Sandy took a few days off. So, we're headed down to the beach over the weekend.